Welcome to Snaptics, how to use a slicing software. In this tutorial, I'm going to run you through the basic steps of how to use a slicing software. It is to be noted that in this tutorial, the software that we'll be using is a Prusa Slicer 2.2. However, any slicing software will work. The first thing to do with the Prusa Slicer 2.2 is to add the part. Another thing to note is that for a slicing software, the parts or the files that you have must be in STL format. So I'm going to import the stretch module STL file that we downloaded from snaptics.org. So when you import that, you see that it's imported onto your build plate. This build plate will emulate the build plate that you have on your 3D printer. It allows you to see exactly where your part will be printed so that you can modify or arrange the orientation how you see fit. In the left-hand corner of this software, you will see a set of tools that will help you orient your part. The tools are move, scale, rotate, flip, and cut. Each of these tools are self-explanatory, but I'll show you an example of how to use each of them. So the first is the move. You can use the move to move your part front, back, or however you want to. The next part, scale. If your part is too small, then you can make it bigger. If your part is too big, you can make it smaller. And as you can note on the right hand side, as you move your part, your X, Y, and Z orientations and positions change. Now, rotate. You can use it to rotate any direction that you want. You can flip it to the side. You can rotate it straight or any direction that you would like. Next tool, place on face. This allows you to about face any of your parts. Let's say you want to print your part on this side, you can do that really easily without having to rotate it onto that side and not maybe getting it exactly straight. Last tool, cut. If you want to cut your part, let's say you want to cut your part right here, you press that and then you press perform cut. On the top, you can see another set of tools. You have add, delete, delete all, arrange, copy, paste. These tools are very helpful for if you want to print more than one piece put more than one piece on your build plate at once and print multiple pieces. So let's copy this piece and then paste it. This allows us to have two pieces on the build plate, and therefore the 3D printer will print both of these pieces. Now, the next set of important settings would be on the right hand side, the print settings. These settings are exactly for your 3D printer so that it can read all of your orientations and print it exactly how you want it to be printed. The first settings is print settings. As you can note, the Prusa Slicer 2.2 already comes with a couple of system presets, and if you can note, the smaller your layer height, the more detailed it is. So if you're printing for the first time, you might be more inclined to use the draft system preset that has the bigger layer height, because it will also print faster and allow you to see exactly the structure of your 3D print before you dedicate more time and more material to a more ultra detailed or quality print. Next setting, filament. For this project, you must note that we recommend using PLA or ABS since those are the two materials that we tested. And so you can choose ABS or PLA. Next, your printer. You must load whatever printer that you're going to use onto the print setting just so that they know the print that's going to be used, which is pretty self-explanatory. Next, supports. For the Snaptics project, we recommend that you only do support on build plate only, because this allows you to get the support that you need without having extra support material that can mess with the integrity of your print. Then last but not least is the infill. Just remember that if having more infill does not automatically mean that you have a stronger structure. Typically, you like to have 10 to 20% infill. So for this one, I'm just going to have 15. And those are the basic settings for how to use a slicing software.